girl Alana Simone. So first of all, I wanted to welcome you guys in. I hope you are having an amazing day. So today we're going to be talking about, do I deserve God's love? And I think this is so, such a deep topic, because oftentimes I think a lot of people in this world don't really feel like they deserve God's love. Sometimes, we may get ourselves into things or have like really bad experiences in our life to where the enemy can make us feel like we don't deserve God's love. We're not worthy of it. He'll just look at us like we're dirty, like we're messed up, like we're just trash bags that need to be taken out to the dumpster. He'll really get your mind thinking that some crazy things. But today, I just wanted to encourage you and remind you that it doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what has happened to you, what people have told you. You are deserving of God's love. One thing that really blesses me to know is that, as you read the Bible, you understand that a lot of people in the Bible weren't perfect. There was a lot of people who were messed up. There was a lot of people who was there was a woman that was a harlot who went around sleeping with everybody. There was drunks in the Bible. There was people having affairs in the Bible. The Bible is a very interesting story book to read. If you want some action, if you want some love, if you want some faith, it's all in there. I encourage you to read it, because you're going to be like, what in the world is this? This is crazy. But it's just amazing because it shows that the realness. I appreciate it because it shows the realness of life. It shows that there's imperfect people, that we're all not perfect. It shows that we all go through things. It shows that sometimes our life stories are not the best. And sometimes things happen to us that are outside of our control. Or maybe we've gotten into things that we knew we weren't supposed to, or we had no prior knowledge to know who God was in our life. And so we just had no direction. And so we went with what we thought was right, or we went with what we were taught. And sometimes we were taught things that weren't the best. And so unfortunately we get into things and have experiences in life that aren't the best. But today I want you to know that you don't have to continue to allow that to hold you back from experiencing God's love. God's love is available for everybody. It doesn't matter if you are on drugs. It doesn't matter if you are an alcoholic. It doesn't matter if you are a person that is sleeping with a lot of people, what could be a prostitute or anything like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are pregnant outside of marriage. It doesn't matter. None of that. It really doesn't matter. The thing that God is looking for is just a heart posture to want to accept him into your life. Oftentimes we get held back because we think that we're undeserving. We think that we're so dirty. We think that we're not wanted by God. But the truth is, it's the exact opposite. He wants us to invite him into our lives. He wants to help come into your situations and wash you clean and make you new in him. It doesn't matter what you're in. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what has happened to you. You can feel like the dirtiest person in this planet for some of the things that you've done. But thank God that God is God, and he's not like man that will remind you of your faults and remind you of your failures and remind you of what you're even in right now. He doesn't look at that. He looks at someone who he wants to love and embrace and help create a better life with them. Inviting him into our life is the first step for transformation in our life. And sometimes transformation can feel scary and it make us feel like, I don't really know what I'm about to get myself into. But that's so good, because I feel like that's the exciting part about joining in relationship with God. Is like, it's so unexpected. And for me, I like to be in I like to know things ahead, but sometimes it's just best if we don't know. We just kind of jump on the roller coaster and get on the ride and allow the dips and turns to happen. So that's just, a blessing, when we get into a relationship with him, because it can go a lot of crazy places. He could take us on a crazy journey, but it's for our good. And that's, one thing I love, because God knows the plans that he has for our life. And so those are to prosper us. Those are to give us a hope. Those are to give us a future in him, and to give an expected end, which is going to end up with him in heaven. And just that's just a blessing to know. But until then, he wants us to experience him on this earth while we're alive, while we go through life. And he wants to help make our life a lot easier than what it has, what it may have not has been, because it can be hard depending on what what you've experienced or what you've gotten into. But he wants to make it easier. He wants you to invite him in. He wants you to accept his love. First of all, it's not so much him, it's us. We talk ourselves out, and it's like, he don't want to love me. How can he love somebody like me? I'm so dirty. I'm so, filthy with all the things that I've done. But he's like, girl, I don't care. Or God, boy, I don't care. Come on in, invite me in. He loves us. He loves us in our mess. He loves us in our struggle. He loves us in our imperfection, because that's something that he can, then it now says, wow, they need me. That means that he can now come into your life and help you and give you a new hope for your future, give you a new story for your life, help wash the old life away and bring you into something completely new, so that one day you can testify of the things that God has done, brought you out of, and what he has brought you through. And then you can help bring somebody else out of that. It's amazing to know that. And sometimes we think, well, it's going to be hard. I know I want to pursue my relationship with God, but I've been in such mess. I don't know if I can give everything up. Listen, it takes time. What God needs is just a willingness of heart to be like, Lord, I just want to make a change. I know what I've been through. I've been trying to hide from you and really, have gone away. But I want you to know that I want to accept your love today. I want you to accept me for who I am. All of my imperfections, all of my filthiness and garbage and, all this weight that I'm carrying on, accept me. Just accept me for who I am. And literally just help me, transform me from the inside out. It's through his help, it's through us accepting and inviting him into our life is when the transformation can happen. That's when the true transformation can happen, because we now recognize we can't do it on our own. If we could do it on our own, then we wouldn't need God. We wouldn't need to invite him into our life. We wouldn't need to partner with him. We wouldn't need to accept his love and mercy and grace that he has for us each and every single day. His mercies is new forevermore. So knowing and recognize that, it's like, wow. So if he already knew that we weren't going to be perfect, he knew that we would need help with things, then why are we convincing ourselves that he doesn't love us and that we're not worthy for him to, become a part of our life? Because if he knew it, then it's like he already expected it. So he's not looking at you any differently. He's just now looking at you to want to help you and want to make a change, help you make a change in your life that will be more beneficial for you. So just recognize that today. If you've been a person that's been struggling with wanting to understand if God, loves you and if you're deserving of his love, know today that you are. Know today that he has love to give to each and every person. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you've gone through, what you've been in. His love is for each and every person who wants to accept it. So accept it today. Say, Lord, I accept your love. Lord, I may have not felt worthy in the past. I may not even still feel worthy right now, but some way, somehow, I want to accept your love. I want you to accept it today. I want you to transform me from the inside out. Transform my mind, transform my heart. Fill me with your love. Fill me with your grace and mercy today so that I can walk with you, so that you can help transform me. I don't want to continue to live the life that I've been living because it hasn't been giving me the best results. So Lord, help me today. Make me new. Make me new and you, and help me on this journey called life. because I can't do it on my own. So just say that today. Come to God with this posture of who you are. You are who you are, and that's okay. He doesn't want you to change. He wants to want you to invite him in so he can help transform you to become the person that he intends for you to be. All of who you we don't even know all of the potential and every gift that God has placed inside us a lot of times, because we don't, first of all, we don't accept him to recognize that and communicate with him to allow him to show us that. But we ended up talking ourselves out of it because we feel so dirty, we feel so unclean, and so we don't think that there's more in us. We don't think that there's more to life than what we've been through or what we are right now. But God says there's so much more. God says there's so much more to your story that you haven't even seen yet. But he needs you to accept him today. He needs you to accept his grace, his mercy, his forgiveness, and his love today so that you can move forward into all of who he has called you to be. So know that today. Accept him today. And I guarantee you will start experiencing transformation in your life like you've never experienced before. So be encouraged today. Know that God's love is for everyone. Sometimes, I don't feel like anybody feels like the level of love that God pours out is just indescribable every single day. And it's just amazing. It almost brings me to tears because of how generous he is, how kind he is, how merciful he is to pour out his love on us every single day and to give it to us freely with no strings attached, with no expectations of how we should come to him. It's given freely. And that's just the biggest blessing that I really, am so grateful for. Even knowing God, I've known God my whole life, but I'm not perfect. But God still loves me even in my imperfections, even when I don't get it all right. His love never fails. So just recognize that today. Accept him today. And I guarantee you will be so grateful that you took the next steps with him in your life. So you guys, I thank you so much for being here. I really pray that this video encouraged you today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.